All right, this video is going to cover the preparatory exercises for Gossec Gavotte. Very important that we do these before we try to learn all of Gossec Gavotte, and that you do them with a lot of repetition on each one. So the more correct repetitions, the faster you learn each thing. First, we're going to talk about something called a grace note, which is a little ornamental note before the main note. And in Gossec Gavotte, it sounds like this. Okay, so the first exercise gets us ready for these grace notes to have the correct snap, the correct timing in the left hand. What we're going to do is start making sure that your hand is in a good shape here with the hand turned, the roof over the fingerboard with the fingers just dropping from your knuckles. And we're going to make sure that shape of your hand stays all the way through as we work on this exercise, and that we're playing exactly in tune for these two notes. So you have to listen very carefully that both of them are in tune. So step number one, we're going to put one down on the E string on your tape, so F sharp. And the hand is in place. We're going to get the two ready to go to the low position for G. And it's going to be in the middle of the bow with very little bow. So the bow is just going to take it easy, and we're going to focus only on the left hand here. And here's how it goes. It's going to be 1, 2, 1, 2, and then we're going to go over to A string, high 2, 3, 2, 3. Okay, so here's how it sounds. Putting the bow right about here. Putting the 1 down on the E string. We want to make sure these two notes are both even. So it's 1, 2, 1, 2, 2, 3. 2, 3. So I'm going to do it again, putting the 1 down on the A string, starting down bow. Fingers are staying very close to the fingerboard. Okay? So now, after you've gotten used to that, and that's really well in tune, we're ready to put that in with the actual grace notes. So the next exercise, instead of going 1, 2 evenly, we're going to go 1, 2. So it's going to snap a little bit, and I want you to just listen very carefully to how I time it and then try to copy that. So we start with 3 on the D string. We can set the bow to the E string, reach over to A, reach over to D, so your arm with the elbow is at a good level. We're going to go down bow, start down bow, and it's going to be 3. Then we're going to put 1 on the E string, move the bow over, and snap 1, 2. Back to 3 on the D string. 1 on the E string. Then we're going to do open D, high 2 on A. So we're going to make sure that the fingers are always set before the bow moves. So again, that exercise goes like this. It might be a good idea to isolate just the bow, just with the string crossing. Set to E string, reach over, make sure your elbow is right about here. E, D, E. And again, rhythm is very important, how they're timed. So one last time with this exercise. Okay. Now, the next exercise deals with this part of Gossec Gavotte right here. can see how the 1 stayed down, and what I had to do was play 1, 3, high 2, 3, and then I'm going to make sure the 2 lifts so it's prepared to go down to the low position next. So it's going to be 1, 3, high 2, 3, with the 2 picking up, 4, 3, low 2, 1. So we have to train that 2 to prepare, to lift before we play the 3. So here's the exercise. We're going to start separate bows, very little bow in the middle of the bow. Starting with 1 on the A string. 1, set 3, keeping 1 down, high 2. Now 3 sets, lift 2. 3 stays down, we play 4, back to 3, low 2, 1. You want to do that way until you really start to feel comfortable with it, and always make sure that before you play that 3 the second time that the 2 has picked up. After you've done that way, we're going to do it with down, 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 up, 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 up. So we'll put 4 on 1 bow with stops. So here, this is how that goes. 1, 3, high 2, set 3, lift 2, 4, 3, 2, 1. And do that a little bit, and then you can start to take the stops out. And as you do that 10,000 times every day, it gets faster and easier until you can fit it into the piece. But the only way to get there with that evenness and with getting all the right notes and the fingers prepared is to go through starting with the separate bows. Okay, now we're going to go on to the last part of the piece, and I'm going to play this last part of the piece so you can hear what's going on. So first of all, at the end we have pizzicato, which is where we take the finger and actually pluck the string. And in this case, we don't have time to go to a fist with the bow and just pluck. We have to keep the bow hold because you're repeating and you have to play right after it. So there's no time to lose the bow hold. So what we have to do is hold the bow and then just extend that first finger out and then pluck from there, okay? Now, the pizzicato is going to start with 3 on the D string, and it's very important that you set your finger in the right place. It's going to be down on the fingerboard, never up here. You'll get a very bad sound there, and also the string might fly off if you're not careful. So we want to make sure you're right down here, part way down the fingerboard. That's where you do pizzicato. And you're going to kind of get your finger right there and then lift from the elbow. So you're going to kind of almost like a little circle, but just pull and lift, and that should make it ring. So our notes are 3 on the D string, open G. So you can practice that first, setting the finger carefully in the right place here. And just trying to get that sound where it rings. So grab from under a little bit and then lift. The next thing we have to do is get from the bow to the pizzicato. So you notice there are 2 ups in the music which are designed to get you down here where you can extend the first finger and then do the pizzicato. It's really important that we don't hear anything that makes that second note sound different because you're going to the frog. And we have to practice the timing of getting from the bow to the pizzicato. So put your 1 on the E string, put the bow in the middle, and we're going to go up, up. We're going to make sure both ups are equal, as if you were just playing any 2 notes. It should just sound the same. So 1 on the E string, the bow in the middle. Here's the next step, putting it together with the pizzicato. So up, up, extend the finger, put your 3 on the D string, put the finger, get it ready to do the pizzicato, and now, again, set 3, position your finger. And as you do that, carefully making sure that goes in that order, it should get faster and easier until you can take the stop out completely. And again, I'm not cheating the last note. I'm making sure it sounds just as good as the first one. Okay. So that's the pizzicato. Now, you noticed we had all these little finger things, 4-note finger things. Some of them come on string crossings, and it's really important that we train them to be very even with the timing. But-da-da-da-dum, but-da-da-da-dum. So we have to practice that with stops, setting the finger, carefully doing the string crossings wherever they are. And we can start from the down bow before. And it's very important that the down bow is in rhythm so that you know how fast to go on the up bow. So our rhythm is going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, up, 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 down. So we'll take that first one, we'll put 1 and 2 down on the A string, put the bow in the middle. And it's going to be very important on our up, 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 down to use very little bow. So here we go. 1 and 2 are down. 2, 2, 1, A, 3, 2. And you noticed where I went over to the D string, right? 1 and 2. 2, 1, A. Set 3 on D. Move over. So that turns into this. And will be very even if you practice it with the stops. I'm going to go on to the next one. The next one is 1 on the D string. Same thing, down, up, 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 down. So we go 1, 3, 2, 1, D, 3. You do that over and over again. Now I'm going to go on to the next one. Open D. D, 1, D, 3, 2. On that one, we have the string crossing right in the middle of the group of 4 notes. So D, D, 1, D, set 3 on G string, move over. And now I'm going to do the last little group of 4 notes. We're going to set 1 and 2 on the A string. Those will stay down. 2. Now we're going to put 4 down. So what that is 1 and 2. 2, 4, 3, 2, 1, A. Okay. So if you go through each of those slowly, spend a few minutes on each one of those exercises, working very carefully, making sure that the finger sets before the bow, that you have the good sense of rhythm all the time, and that everything is in tune, and that everything has a good sound. Always make sure you're always listening for that also. Toe sound on our short bows. The next video will be putting all that together. All right, good luck. Happy practicing.